Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
When Danielle Laidley played AFL in the 80s and 90s under her birth name Dean Laidley, she was known for her aggressive pursuit of the ball and agility. She continued in the sport by becoming a star coach. Then a few years later, everything came crashing down. After the arrest, photos were leaked by Victorian police, and it was there that Danielle's public life as an ex-AFL coach and private life as a transgender woman collided. Well, like any good sports story, hers is marked by turmoil and incredible triumph, and it's about to be shared in a documentary on Stan. She joins us now. Danielle Laidley, hello.
Good morning. How are you both?
We are great, and thank you for joining us. I must commend you on your bravery, and just watching this story, it answered so many questions about transgender people for me.
Oh, thank you. It was when we decided, going back a few years ago, that we had an opportunity to tell the story. The most important thing initially was telling my story in my words, and hopefully a wide range of people will watch it and draw something out of it.
You knew very early on that things weren't right, that you felt you were in the wrong body.
Yeah, from my very early age. I'm not too sure wrong body. How I felt on the inside, basically my soul, felt very differently from what I was looking at in the mirror.
It must have been hard for anyone to come out as you did with gender dysmorphia. But for someone who was known publicly for their hard football playing years, it must have been exponentially harder for you.
In ways, Amanda, I suppose football gave me a way of balancing, through, my teens years and as I went through and played and then coached, it helped me keep what I thought was a reasonably balanced, disciplined life dealing with, what we now know was gender dysphoria and is gender dysphoria. So it was, certainly a balancing act, but at times it was very, very difficult to manage. When my gender dysphoria was, peaking, it's very hard to go about your daily life.
How does that manifest, Danielle? So, as you said, it started with you in the 70s seeing a bunch of ladies at your place there in Perth putting nail polish on, and you had this compulsion to put nail polish on. So did it just grow and grow?
That was my first recollection, and there's hundreds of those through those years and teenage years. And the first time that I put that nail polish on, there was a calmness. I felt at peace.
It's an amazing story, and I think if anyone has questions about transgender people, because there's a lot of prejudice about them, because quite frankly, it's not like we know a lot of them, but your story, I think, is going to be a trail-breaking story. I watched it and I got so much for it. I felt so anxious for you when you went for your reunion with the Kangaroos side, the premiership side of 1996. But to see how your football colleagues treat you, I found it very emotional.
And so did I. Because I grew up in the AFL industry, you carry this shame and embarrassment and fear of what people would think of you. And how it then came out, I wish I could change that, but I can't. But the support from my close friends or people that I played with or I coached, and the AFL as a whole has been absolutely incredible, and I'm so very, very grateful for that.
Okay. Well, here's to the future, and and maybe reconciliation with your daughters down the track. That's something we'd like to see happen for you. But also, I think a lot of people now, when they watch this, they'll have a different relationship with transgender people, and they'll think, well, hang on, instead of judging, how about I just listen to their story?
Yes. Oh, look, that's incredible, and you're right on the money. And thank you for that. Just because you're transgender doesn't mean you're a nutcase. You are a person, and it is a medical condition. And if we can get people to just understand that and respect that, it might not be everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay too. But just be respectful to each other as human beings, and for other people who might just take one or two things out of you, they just never know. Around the corner, it could be one of their kids, or it could be one of their family, or it could be one of their very best friends who's going through a similar situation.
Yeah. Well, Danielle, thank you for joining us. It's a great documentary. It's the Stan's original documentary, Revealed Danielle Laidley, Two Tribes, premieres Tuesday, September 19, only on Stan. Danielle, say hi to Donna for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.